Silent advantage. The void between stars was deceptively tranquil as Captain Maya Chen stood on the bridge of the U.S. Intrepid, her posture relaxed but vigilant. The ship hummed with quiet energy, its systems synced to the neural patterns of its crew through the revolutionary Nexus interface. Maya felt the vessel as an extension of her own body, every sensor reading, every power fluctuation resonating through her consciousness, like the steady rhythm of a heartbeat. Approaching the Cygnus boundary, Captain Lieutenant Ravi Sharma announced, his hands hovering over holographic controls more for comfort than necessity. The actual commands were being transmitted directly through his neural implant. Status report, Maya requested, her voice calm despite the significance of their mission. The Intrepid was about to become the first human vessel to cross into disputed territory, a statement of Earth Alliance's growing confidence in its technological capabilities. Commander Eli Novak, her XO, responded without looking up from his station. All systems optimal. Stealth field operating at 98% efficiency. Neural sync at peak performance across all departments. Maya nodded, satisfaction flowing through her. This mission was more than exploration. It was a test of humanity's place among the stars. For decades, Earth had been dismissed as a backwater curiosity, its technology considered primitive by the established galactic powers. The Intrepid was designed to change that perception. "We have company," Specialist Zhao announced, her eyes unfocused as she processed the incoming sensor data through her neural interface. 3 vessels on an intercept course. Configuration matches Therixian patrol cruisers. Maya felt a tingle of anticipation. The Therixians, an aggressive insectoid species that dominated this sector, were notorious for their technological arrogance and dismissal of lesser species. This encounter was inevitable, perhaps even necessary. "Open channels," she ordered, straightening her uniform. "Let's be diplomatic." The main view screen shimmered to life, revealing the angular, chitinous face of a Therixian commander. Multiple compound eyes glittered with cold calculation as they regarded Maya. "Human vessel." The translator rendered the Therixian's clicking speech into English. "You have entered restricted space claimed by the glorious Therixian Imperium. Power down your systems and prepare for inspection and escort back to your territory." Maya offered a polite smile. "Greetings, Commander. I am Captain Maya Chen of the Earth Alliance vessel, Intrepid. We're on a sanctioned exploratory mission through neutral territory, as defined by the Galactic Concordat, Section 12. The Therixian's mandibles twitched in what the crew recognized as dismissive amusement. "The Concordat applies to recognized spacefaring species, human. Your primitive vessels hardly qualify. Our scans indicate your technology is several generations behind galactic standards." Maya exchanged a brief glance with Commander Novak, a silent communication enhanced by their neural link. The Therixian scans were being fed false readings, a key feature of the Intrepid's stealth systems. "I assure you, Commander, our vessel meets all requirements for passage through this sector," Maya responded, maintaining her diplomatic tone. "We've filed all appropriate notifications with the sector authority." Notifications noted and rejected. The Therixian clicked. "We received warnings about so-called advanced human ships, but our scans show nothing exceptional. You will power down and submit to boarding, or we will disable your vessel." The communication terminated abruptly, and Maya felt the ship's awareness spike through the neural link. The Therixian vessels were activating weapon systems. "They're charging disruptor arrays," Zhao reported unnecessarily. Through their neural connection, every bridge officer already sensed the threat assessment. Maya settled into her command chair, deepening her connection to the ship. "Battle stations. Maintain stealth protocols. Let's see what they're planning before we respond." The first volley from the Therixian vessels lanced through space, a standard disabling pattern meant to target propulsion and communication systems. But in the milliseconds between firing and impact, something extraordinary happened. The Intrepid moved, not with the mechanical responsiveness of conventional ships, but with the instinctive fluidity of a living organism avoiding danger. Through the neural sync, Maya had sensed the weapon's discharge pattern before the energy beams were fully formed, allowing her to guide the ship through impossible evasive maneuvers. The Therixian blasts passed harmlessly through empty space, where the Intrepid had been moments before. What just happened? The Therixian commander's voice crackled over the comms, confusion evident despite the translator's flat tones. Target acquisition failure. Recalibrating sensors. Maya allowed herself a small smile. They're confused. Their targeting algorithms can't account for neural-enhanced reflexes. The Therixian vessels adjusted formation, spreading wider to create a more comprehensive firing pattern. Their second volley was more dispersed, designed to catch the Intrepid regardless of conventional evasive action. Defensive pattern echo, Maya commanded, both verbally and through the neural sync. The crew responded instantly, their thoughts amplifying and executing her strategy with perfect coordination. This time, instead of evading, the Intrepid's energy shields activated precisely where the attacks would land, reinforced by power diverted through neural prediction. The vessel absorbed the impacts with minimal stress on the systems. Shields holding at 93%, reported Chief Engineer Kwan, her voice tinged with pride. They've barely scratched the paint. On the view screen, the Therixian commander's compound eyes widened noticeably. Impossible. Our sensors showed minimal defensive capabilities. Perhaps your warnings about human ships deserve more attention, Commander. Maya responded, allowing a hint of confidence to enter her voice. We prefer peaceful passage, but we are prepared to defend ourselves. Primitive deception. The Therixian clicked angrily. Deploy intercept drones. Target their propulsion systems directly. A dozen small, dart-like craft launched from the Therixian vessels, their energy signatures pulsing with disruptive frequencies designed to penetrate shields and disable drive systems. They still think this is about our technology, not how we interface with it, Novik observed, a wry smile playing across his face. Maya nodded, feeling the ship's systems respond to her thoughts. Let's show them the difference. Execute maneuver Helios. Through the neural sync, Maya directed the Intrepid into a spiraling acceleration pattern that no conventional navigation system could have calculated or executed. The ship moved like a dancer through space, leaving confusion in its wake as the Therixian drones struggled to adjust their targeting algorithms. Intercept drones adapting. Jha warned, her consciousness extended through the ship's sensors. They're switching to predictive targeting. Maya smiled. Predictive systems can't anticipate human intuition channeled through neural sync. Activate pulse defenses. The Intrepid's hull briefly shimmered as localized energy fields activated and deactivated in patterns matching the approaching drones. As each drone came within range, it encountered not the expected shield resistance, but a precise counterpulse that matched its frequency and overloaded its systems. One by one, the drones went dark, tumbling lifelessly through space. The silence on the bridge was broken only by soft updates from the crew, their thoughts flowing through the neural sync with expressions of satisfaction and pride. Through their collective consciousness, Maya could feel the Therixian vessel's confusion and growing concern. They're reassessing, Novik reported. Their weapons systems are cycling down. The view screen activated again, showing the Therixian commander. His posture had changed, upper limbs now held in what their cultural database identified as a gesture of reluctant respect. Your vessel possesses unanticipated capabilities, the commander acknowledged, mandibles twitching with restraint. Our intelligence regarding human neural integration technology appears to have been understated. Maya kept her expression neutral, though inwardly she felt vindication. The Earth Alliance has evolved beyond merely building ships, Commander. We've learned to become one with them. Our neural sync technology allows us to operate with the speed of thought rather than the limitations of physical controls. The Therixian's compound eyes studied her with new intensity. The implications are concerning. This changes the strategic assessment of human advancement. We hoped it might, Maya replied diplomatically. The Earth Alliance seeks peaceful cooperation, not confrontation. But we will not be dismissed or underestimated. After a moment of silent calculation, the Therixian commander responded, "Your passage through this sector is provisionally approved. We will update our records regarding human vessels. The Imperium will be reassessing its diplomatic stance." As the communication ended and the Therixian vessels began to withdraw, the bridge crew exchanged looks of measured triumph. They had achieved their primary mission objective without firing a single offensive shot. "Well done, everyone," Maya said, feeling the ship's systems hum with satisfaction, an echo of the crew's collective emotion through the neural sync. The Therixians will report this encounter to the Galactic community, and perceptions will begin to shift. Commander Novik moved to stand beside her chair. "They've been playing the wrong game all along, haven't they? While they focused on building bigger weapons and stronger shields, we changed the nature of the relationship between ship and crew." Maya nodded, gazing at the retreating Therixian vessels on the view screen. "They've been asking the wrong question. It was never about how advanced our ships are. It's about how we've advanced beyond being separate from our ships." The Intrepid continued its journey deeper into contested space, its neural-sensed crew unified in purpose and capability. The Therixians had dismissed the warnings about human ships, expecting conventional technology wrapped in exaggerated claims. Instead, they had encountered something their centuries of space dominance hadn't prepared them for, a species that didn't merely pilot their vessels but became them. And this was only the beginning. Respect through power. 3 weeks after the encounter with the Therixian patrol, the U.S. Intrepid maintained position near Castellan Station, a massive neutral diplomatic hub spinning slowly at the edge of disputed territory. Through the observation dome's transparent alloy, Captain Maya Chen watched shuttles and transport vessels converge on the station like fireflies drawn to light. "Quite the gathering," Commander Novik remarked, joining her at the viewport. Representatives from 17 spacefaring civilizations, all curious about the upstart humans who embarrassed the mighty Therixian Imperium. Maya smiled faintly. News of their encounter had spread faster than expected through subspace communications. What was meant to be a quiet demonstration of capability had turned into a diplomatic catalyst. "The Therixians are still coming. Their delegation arrived an hour ago," Novik confirmed. "According to our intelligence, they're not pleased about sharing the diplomatic stage with us." Through her neural link, Maya sensed the ship's systems tracking the various vessels around the station, analyzing energy signatures and communication patterns. The Intrepid's AI subroutines flagged several anomalies among the Therixian ships, unusual power fluctuations, non-standard equipment configurations. "They're planning something," she murmured, both to Novak and through the neural sync to her senior officers. "Keep our systems at heightened awareness during the summit." The diplomatic summit began with formal introductions in Castellan Station's Grand Assembly, a cavernous chamber designed to accommodate beings from various atmospheric and gravitational preferences. Maya led the human delegation, acutely aware of the calculating gazes from the assembled alien representatives. The Therixian delegation, positioned prominently near the central dais, watched her approach with barely concealed hostility. "We welcome all delegations to this historic gathering," announced the Castellan Arbiter, a towering crystalline entity that served as the station's neutral administrator. "Today marks the formal introduction of humanity as a participant in galactic affairs." Maya stepped forward when indicated, feeling strangely vulnerable without the direct neural connection to her ship and crew. Protocol required minimal augmentation during diplomatic functions, a concession to species who found neural technology discomforting. "The Earth Alliance extends gratitude for this opportunity," she stated, her voice carrying through the chamber's perfect acoustics. "Humanity comes seeking cooperation and mutual advancement, offering our unique perspectives and technologies as contributions to the galactic community." From the Therixian delegation, High Commander Vextrol rose to his full height, chitinous exoskeleton gleaming under the assembly lights. "The Therixian Imperium acknowledges humanity's unexpected capabilities," he clicked, mandibles twitching with barely restrained contempt. However, we question whether a species so new to interstellar travel truly understands the established protocols and responsibilities. Maya recognized the political maneuver, an attempt to position humans as dangerous, unpredictable newcomers. The Alliance has studied galactic law extensively, High Commander. Perhaps what you perceive as ignorance is simply a fresh perspective on possibilities too long taken for granted. Murmurs rippled through the assembly, some appreciative, others concerned. The Therixians' compound eyes narrowed almost imperceptibly. The proceedings continued with presentations from various delegations, outlining trade proposals, technological exchanges, and security agreements. Throughout, Maya maintained a diplomatic demeanor while keeping part of her attention connected to the limited neural link she maintained with the Intrepid. It was during the third session that she felt it, a subtle alert from the ship's eye. Something had changed in the Therixian vessel's energy signatures. Simultaneously, her badge vibrated with an encrypted message from Lieutenant Zhou. Therixian ships repositioning. Unusual energy buildup detected. Maya excused herself from the discussion panel, stepping into a private communication alcove. Through the reinforced link, she connected fully with the Intrepid, instantly accessing all sensor data and tactical assessments. The picture was alarming. Therixian support vessels had moved to positions surrounding Castellan Station's primary power nodes, while their diplomatic ship was generating energy readings inconsistent with standard operations. Analysis. She subvocalized through the neural interface. The Intrepid's AI responded immediately. 95.7% probability of coordinated electromagnetic attack. Pattern suggests intent to disable station systems during critical safety protocols transition in 7 minutes. Maya understood immediately. The station was scheduled to shift its life support protocols for the comfort of different species. During the brief transition, safety systems would be momentarily vulnerable. A precisely timed electromagnetic pulse could disable life support for thousands of beings. She returned to the assembly hall, finding High Commander Vextrol conspicuously absent from his delegation. The Therixian representatives avoided her gaze. Specialist Zhou. She subvocalized through the neural link. Status of Therixian vessels. Energy buildup continuing, Captain. Approaching critical levels. Station security remains unaware. Maya made her decision instantly. Diplomatic consequences be damned. Implement countermeasure protocol Omega. Full neural sync authorized. Back on the Intrepid, the bridge crew engaged their enhanced neural interfaces, connecting not just with the ship but with each other, creating a unified consciousness that could respond with unprecedented coordination. Through her neural link, Maya experienced the ship's movements as if they were her own. The Intrepid detached from its docking position, maneuvering with impossible precision between the crowded vessels surrounding the station. Instead of conventional engines, it utilized short, controlled pulses from its gravitational drive, a system that appeared as mere theoretical design in the records available to other species. The Castellan Station's security channels erupted with alarmed communications as the Intrepid positioned itself directly between the station and the Therixian vessels. Through the neural sync, Maya broadcast to her crew. Prepare to intercept electromagnetic pulse. Redirect to absorption arrays. The first Therixian ship discharged its weapon, not an obvious attack, but a cascading electromagnetic disruption designed to appear as a catastrophic engine failure. Through the neural interface, Maya and her crew sensed the energy pattern microsections before it fully formed, allowing the Intrepid to generate a precisely calibrated counterfield. The pulse struck the Intrepid's specialized shields, its energy captured rather than deflected. Through the neural sync, Engineer Quan redirected the absorbed energy into the ship's storage systems, a technology the Therixians had believed impossible based on their understanding of human capabilities. On the station, alarms blared as security forces finally detected the attack. Maya used the station's emergency channel to communicate with all vessels. This is Captain Chen of the U.S. Intrepid. We have intercepted an electromagnetic attack targeted at Castellan Station's life support systems. All vessels maintained position. The remaining Therixian ships hesitated, their synchronized attack plan disrupted by the Intrepid's unexpected intervention. That hesitation was all the human crew needed. Through their collective neural sync, they executed a maneuver that conventional ships could never attempt. Splitting the Intrepid's defensive field into multiple projections, each calibrated to the specific frequency needed to neutralize the Therixian weapons. When the remaining ships discharged their pulses, each was captured, contained, and redirected. The Intrepid glowed briefly with absorbed energy, converting the hostile fire into usable power through its advanced systems. In the assembly hall, chaos reigned as delegates received reports of the attack. The Therixian representatives found themselves surrounded by station security, their protestations of ignorance met with skepticism. Maya returned to the hall, her neural connection to the Intrepid providing real-time updates on the situation outside. She approached the central dais, where the crystalline arbiter towered in alarmed confusion. "The situation is contained," she announced, her voice cutting through the panic. "The U.S. Intrepid has neutralized an attack directed at the station's life support systems during the scheduled protocol transition." The arbiter's crystalline form pulsed with blue light, an indication of grave concern. "These are serious accusations, Captain Chen. What evidence supports this claim?" Maya nodded to her communications officer, who projected sensor data from the Intrepid onto the main display. The evidence was incontrovertible. Energy signatures, weapon discharge patterns, and communications between Therixian vessels outlining the attack plan. "High Commander Vextral has been apprehended attempting to access station control systems," she added, receiving the update through her neural link. "I believe his intention was to ensure the attack's success from within." The assembly fell silent as the implications became clear. The Therixians had attempted mass murder to prevent human integration into galactic affairs, a desperate act from a species that had recognized the true threat humans posed to their technological supremacy. Hours later, after security hearings and emergency diplomatic sessions, Maya stood again in the Intrepid's observation dome, watching as Therixian vessels were escorted from the station by a coalition security force. "They miscalculated badly," Novik observed, studying reports from the diplomatic fallout. 17 species witnessed their attempt to commit mass murder rather than accept a new player in galactic politics. Maya nodded, feeling the ship's systems hum through her neural link, a comforting presence after the chaos of the day. "They still don't fully understand what they're facing. They thought we were dangerous because of our technology, but that's not it at all." "It's how we use it," Novik agreed. "The neural sync isn't just about faster reactions or better coordination. It's about experiencing the ship as an extension of ourselves, something their hierarchical, compartmentalized mindset can't comprehend." The main communication system activated, displaying the face of the Castellan arbiter. "Captain Chen, the Assembly has reached a unanimous decision. The Earth Alliance is granted full participatory status in galactic affairs, with immediate effect. Furthermore, the Coalition has requested human assistance in developing defensive measures against future attacks of the nature we witnessed today." Maya acknowledged the message with appropriate diplomatic gratitude, but as the communication ended, she exchanged a knowing look with her XO. "And so it begins," she said quietly. "They ignored the warnings about human ships, dismissed our capabilities, and now they're asking us to share our secrets. Will we?" Novik asked, though he likely knew the answer. Maya smiled, feeling the Intrepid systems respond to her thoughts, not as tools but as extensions of her own consciousness. "We'll share what serves peace and cooperation. But the true secret isn't in our technology. It's in our capacity to evolve beyond seeing our creations as separate from ourselves." As the Intrepid prepared to depart Castellan Station, Maya felt a sense of profound satisfaction flow through the neural sync, not just her own emotion, but the collective pride of her crew. The galactic community had dismissed humans as technological primitives, ignoring warnings about their unique approach to spaceflight. Their mistake had been in looking for advanced weapons, impenetrable shields, or exotic propulsion systems. Instead, they'd encountered something far more revolutionary, a species that didn't build ships to conquer the stars. They became one with their vessels and navigated the cosmos as hybrid entities, human and machine in perfect symbiosis. The age of humanity among the stars had truly begun.